Normally, this is a place to celebrate the Christmas season. On Tuesday, it was a place of sadness and solidarity, shared by the bereaved from this tragedy and Germany's political leaders. The emotion of the moment, palpable. A minute's silence, a mark of respect to those who died. Although Angela Merkel stood shoulder to shoulder with victims' relatives, they do not think she's done enough since the tragedy. In a letter to the German magazine Der Spiegel, they spelt out their grievance, saying, "The attack was not only aimed at the victims directly, it was aimed at Germany. It's a question of respect, decency, and technically it's self-evident that you as head of government should acknowledge to us the loss of our family members caused by an act of terror." The Chancellor did hold her first meeting with the families on Monday and had this statement after the minute's silence.
Und für mich, und das sage ich für die ganze Bundesregierung, heißt es,
For me, and I'm speaking on behalf of the entire government, we will work to improve what didn't go well and do everything humanly possible, not only to ensure safety, but also to give those whose lives have been destroyed or affected a chance to go back to their lives again, as well as they can.
The problem for Angela Merkel and her government is, despite such public pronouncements, the families of the victims still have grave concerns about Germany's current security situation, and some analysts believe that parts of the German federal intelligence system really need reform. Specifically, where it concerns how the government deals with those it believes may be plotting violent attacks.
The thing that is still lacking is certainly, and that's also a structural issue, is the lack of resources, the lack of staff, and the lack of qualified staff who work on cases actually watching potential terrorists and connecting the dots.
At the site of last year's atrocity, one of the new features is a scar in bronze that's been laid across the ground, meant as a permanent reminder of the hurt attacker Anis Amri caused his victims and society at large. Tuesday has been a day of strong emotions, where those touched by this tragedy gathered to pay their respects, in the hope that the ordeal they and their loved ones endured is one no other families will suffer in future. The question for the government is whether it can ensure that. Dominic Kane, Al Jazeera, Berlin.